During the press conference of West Ham hosting Arsenal at the London Stadium on Sunday, Mikel Arteta has gone ahead and revealed to us the update of William Saliba's injury, and it has been positive. It's being regarded as a well-on progress. Welcome to Rokani Media Football. How are you guys and where are you watching us from? I go by the names of Rokani David. Smash the like button, comment and share. If at all you're watching us for the very first time, endeavor to subscribe to this channel so as not to miss out on stories that we do upload in on a daily. In this mix, we are talking Nketiah, a variable for the game of West Ham confirmed by Mikel Arteta. We are going to delve a little bit into that and see how that really boils into that game of Arsenal versus West Ham and how his coming back really helps Mikel Arteta to really increase his chances of winning the trophy. Then lastly, we are going to discuss about Mikel Arteta's reaction after Mikel Arteta's expected reaction from his team after Arsenal drew 2-2 with Liverpool, having led that game by 2-0. Liverpool pulling two back to really get a draw, and obviously Aaron Ramsdale putting in some brilliant saves that Mikel Arteta is still hailing up to now. Now, let's subscribe to this channel, guys, because we are left with some limited subscribers to hit 13,000 subscribers, guys. Let's do this, and let's not really drop off. Let's continue really feeling proud of this channel because you guys are the ones that really make me what I am, and I'm so much happy. That's why I reciprocate back the love and energy, because it's really done for reciprocation reasons. You guys are not unusual, and I thank God for having you on my side. I'm just elated and I'm just privileged that I'm really having a very good crowd like you that never keeps that never really switches off. You never put your hand on the handbrake. No way. It's always on the pedal. The foot is always on the pedal and you're always accelerating to see to it that you guys get the best of the news from this channel. And this message goes all out to those that are already subscribed. Guys, continue to subscribe to this channel so as not to miss out on stories that we do upload in here on a daily. Now, a story coming in from the Arsenal website from the press conference. The first question that Mikel Arteta was asked was, Arteta on Arsenal team news versus West Ham, he said William Saliba is still not a variable. He's progressing well and we are hopeful we will have him a variable in the next few weeks, but we will have to see. Nketiah is back and is fully fit now and is a variable for selection for the game of West Ham. Let's discuss a little bit about William Saliba. When these statements really come out from the manager that he's progressing really well and we are hopeful we have him a variable in the next few weeks. So to me, what comes in my mind is that William Saliba is just some 2 weeks away from returning, because the most important games of Arsenal that I would like to see Saliba not miss is that of Man City on the 26th of this month. Then that game of Newcastle, because I think Arsenal will look more safe at the back when they're having William Saliba than Rob Holding. There is a fear factor that William Saliba brings to the forwards of those teams, because William Saliba is one of the best centre backs in the league this season, and I won't be surprised if at all is included into the 11 or the best team of the season, because Saliba has gone ahead to really look at Rolls Royce into that Arsenal central defense. But him progressing well, meaning that he's attending well to treatment, and if there is any physio team or medical team you trust to really treat a player and he comes back ahead of schedule, it's that of Arsenal. What they did to Jesus, and he returned ahead of schedule. Look at Leandro Trossard. When he walked off in the game of, it was the game of Bournemouth at Emirates, we thought that was going to return after the international break. That was around 1st April. But to our shocker, Leandro Trossard just missed one game of the UEFA Europa League, and then he came in through and played over the weekend against Fulham and he put in a hat-trick of assists. Then later he played in the midweek, and over the weekend he came up and replayed against Crystal Palace. So it shows you that Leandro Trossard is a very good player, and the physio team of Arsenal is or the physio team of Arsenal is going to hate to earn that trust from the fans of Arsenal that they can really put out magic on every player. So to me, I won't be shocked if at all William Saliba is in the squad of Arsenal that's going to be playing against Man City on the 26th of April. Because these games that are really coming in through next, Arsenal can really go through them with Rob Holding against West Ham, against Southampton. They can go through those games with Rob Holding, you know. He has shown us that he can defend away at Liverpool. He defended very well, and there is none of those goals that Arsenal conceded that you can really label onto Rob Holding as his mistake. You know, the first goal, it's Nketiah not tracking back, and Bukayo Saka not coming in to really closing down for Ben White. Yet Ben White was on a yellow card. The second goal, obviously, Trent Alexander-Arnold beats Zinchenko and really net mugs him to the byline and chips that ball to the far post that found Firmino unmarked, and Firmino headed that ball into the back of the net. In all of that, there is nowhere you're going to find yourself blaming Rob Holding, meaning that Rob Holding is now in the good books of history of Mikel Arteta. So Arteta is now trusting him, but he cannot trust him better than William Saliba. Though this is the very first time you're seeing Rob Holding playing a good sequence of games. Sporting Lisbon, Crystal Palace, Leeds, Liverpool, you know, those are 4 games, and expect him to play in the next 2 games, Southampton and West Ham. So he might really get the rhythm and look better and better and better, because he has shown us that he has some glimpses and cameos of being a very decent central defender, and the more he's being played on the field of play, the more he's gaining experience, and obviously the more he improves onto his match fitness. You know, you might be training fit, you know, but being match fit is something different, and it calls in for lots of things as far as this season is concerned for Arsenal. So after that, Mikel Arteta was asked on whether William Saliba has been back on the grass yet. He said he's not far from starting to do that. Some good news, a big round of applause from Arsenal fans because of that statement. Obviously, we need to be cautious because of the injury, but he's evolving well. Now, hear that statement. He's not far off from starting to do that, meaning that Saliba is soon hitting the grass to start running. And I think that's going to be around mid next week. If he runs for a week, that means he'll join the group of Arsenal around the 20th, you know? Around the 20th. So, around the 20th, he'll be just 6 days away from playing against Man City. So, you might even find him available in the game of Southampton. If I told the manager is telling us that he's not far away from doing that, to be back on the grass, then that means he is really doing great. And I think Arsenal is really blessed. You know, I support Manchester United, you know that. Do you know that yesterday we got a double injury blow in our central defensive partnership? Yet it has been the best throughout the season. That is Lisandro Martinez and Rafael Varane, and both of them have been ruled out of this season. So we are left with Harry Maguire, Lindelof, sometimes, and Luke Shaw. But when you look at Arsenal, they've not gotten injuries that have seen a certain department break down totally. For example, look at the central defense. You know, their central defensive pairing is all about William Saliba and Gabriel Magalhaes, but it's only Saliba that has seen himself injured, and Magalhaes is still here. Then the right back situation, when Tomiyasu got an injury, Ben White is still fit. When Nketiah gets an injury, Zinchenko is still fit. And to their advantage, they are playing just 1 game per week. That is Arsenal for you. You know, when Thomas Partey gets an injury, Jorginho is there. You know, when Jesus got an injury, Nketiah was there, Trossard was there. You know, they did their job. And when Nketiah got an injury, Jesus had returned. You know, that's all playing in the hands of Arsenal, and you should really give thanks back to the Lord, because you guys are really having luck with you that will see you win this trophy of the Premier League. And you guys can't wait to see yourselves lifting up the trophy. But good news that William Saliba is soon hitting the grass to start to really train with Arsenal. And I think that gives us hope that in the game of Man City is going to be available. And if there is a game that I'd love to see William Saliba play, it's the game against City. You know, the last time City played Arsenal in the fifth round of the FA Cup, fourth round of the FA Cup, City found themselves being dominated by Arsenal in the first half. But there was a battle between Rob Holding and Haaland. But that battle, no one won it. But both were casualties, you know. That's why they took Rob Holding off, because he had really attained a yellow card, and maybe would have found himself into a situation really getting a red card, because those memories of him getting a red card last season when they're playing away at Spurs might have really raised up to his head. So let's leave it at that, and let's go to Arteta's reaction to this question that was asked to him by the media on if he was pleased at how upset the players were to concede late at Liverpool. So he said, you should be, when you concede in the last few minutes, you have to be upset. We wanted to win the game, but as well, we have to be realistic. We have to accept that we had an exceptional period in the first half where we should have killed the game off. But the reality is, in the second half, we had some really tough moments where we had to dig in. We could have conceded a few goals as well. That was the game. And he's so much open that they wanted to win the game, as William Saliba, not William Saliba, as Bukayo Saka told us. Sure about that. As Bukayo Saka told us, and I really brought you that story here, I think like yesterday, but one, about how disappointed Arsenal players were for not really winning that beautiful game of football against a side known as Liverpool, having led it by 2-0. But he's hinting about Arsenal having gotten the chances in the first half to kill off the game, and they never really did. So that really called back Liverpool into the game. But obviously, I think we learn from our mistakes. And if at all there is something Liverpool has learned from, it's obviously that. They need to pull up their stockings today. I'm talking about Arsenal. Arsenal needs to pull up their stockings on Sunday to win the game of to win the game of West Ham and put themselves in a position of really winning their game, and obviously being left with only, how many games will those be? Arsenal will be left with 7 games. Right now they're having 8. So after West Ham, they'll be left with 8 games to go. I think it's the opener on Sunday. So let's wait and see how that goes on. Now, Arteta, on if he told the team they need to prevent the way they felt after the game from happening again. Yeah, he said, we try to prevent that in many moments against them. We actually did it because they are going to have periods of dominancy and periods where they get you into the chaotic game. They are exceptional at the art. They're exceptional at. We didn't manage to get out of the game well enough, and that's why we suffered. So Arteta is trying to convince us that his players are really in a right mode amidst what happened at Liverpool, to go all away at the London Stadium in another London derby, for them to find themselves in a position of winning that beautiful game of football they're going to be playing in London. So guys, thank you very much for watching through. Tell me your thoughts about William Saliba progressing on well, confirmed to us by Mikel Arteta. Very soon he's really coming to really hit the grass again. May the Almighty God bless you abundantly. I sign out for now. See you later, and I cover you all in the precious blood of Jesus Christ. My Muslim friends, Ramadan Kareem. I'm out.